Ianis, how would you describe the week, the mood in the training ground after what happened on Sunday?
Yeah, it's obviously not nice. It's football. Um, you go through these moments. You don't want to go through these moments, 100%. But I think these moments, it's good to just take a step back, reflect, and individually first, and then collectively. And I think these moments then can bring you together, and I think that's our focus as a team.
It feels like a lot of the fan anger and frustration comes from the perception that there's not that much to play for this season now domestically. How do you feel about that?
Well, there's still plenty of football to play. Obviously, in the league, mathematically, nothing. It's over, and personally, as long as mathematically I still have a chance, I'm still gonna go full in, no matter what, and hope. And then obviously we have Europe, which we had obviously succession until now. Recent years, also this season as well, the team played really well in Europe. So obviously those games were going to be really big for us. And then just in general, as a player, when you represent this football club, no matter the games, friendly games, or as people say, you have nothing to play for or whatever, you still have to pull the shirt and represent the club in the best way possible. So it takes good character, and everybody, whenever you sign a deal with Rangers, you owe that to the fans. So there's not really any type of excuse not to go full out whenever the training comes or game comes.
Yeah, it's with a bit of distance to the game on Sunday. How do you as a team reflect on what went on against Queen's Park?
Look, we've went through probably everything that you'd expect in terms of meetings, personal meetings, discussions with the staff, with the players, everything. As I said, it was a moment to take a step back and reflect on the situation, and be true to yourself, and understand, obviously it's not an acceptable situation, but this club moves forward and constantly moves forward. You can't just stay back and reflect on what happened. Yes, you have to learn from that. You have to learn from defeats, and as I said, as a group, it's really important to stick together, and it's important to learn as much as possible and go out there and show it.
What's the manager's messaging been this week? Because obviously externally there's a lot of pressure on him just now.
I think it's a lot of pressure on everyone. I think we're all in this together. It's not just the manager. It's about us as a group to respond to that as quickly as possible. And when you're in this business, football business, you get those opportunities quite often. And our best answer right now is go out there and win on Sunday. Will that change the mood? Instantly, probably not. But what we can control is to go out there and win games. And when you do that, then obviously things start to change, and you want to build on that. And we understand what it takes to play for this football club. I've been part of seasons where we had success, seasons where we didn't, and I've been part of this in the past as well. And it's about how the team reacts, and probably that's the most important thing, and that's what I'm trying to, to send the messages to the group and stick to that.
Ianis, you've said that you've reflected on last week. Have you agreed why it went so wrong? Have you found out why it went so wrong for you then?
As a football player, we all have opinions. We're trying to help, and when we talk, I can't really stay here in front of you and tell everything that we're discussing and we're talking, and what we think personally. Things are going right and things are going wrong. at the end of the day, I can stay here and say it and talk, but it's all about going out there and show it, you know. So probably the focus for us right now as a team is to show rather than say it in front of you.
The manager came under an awful lot of pressure because of the result, and there's been a lot of criticism and anger from the fans towards him. Have they gone too far at times? Because some of the criticism and some of the vitriol that's been thrown his way is just unacceptable, surely.
Look, as I said prior, we're all in this together, and there's not one person starting from the board up until Kitman and everyone. We're all in this together, and we're not gonna let anyone feel alone. As I said, it's not a happy place right now, and we can't just hide behind curtains. It is that way, and as a man and as a football player, professional football players, if you want to perform at this football club, you need to accept that and show it as soon as possible that you've learned what you've done wrong, and then move forward and try to build in terms of going and have success in the near future.
Yeah, I've seen in the collective group meetings that you had, were you perhaps a wee bit more vocal? You've been here a long time, you know what the standards are, you know what the expectations are at this football club. Perhaps some of the players just in the door don't realise the magnitude of what happened on Sunday.
We all had opinions, and we all want the best for this football club. That's what I can guarantee here. Afterwards, it depends on each and every one to understand that this football club is different to most of the football clubs out there, and you need constant progression on a daily basis. So, as I said, again, I can stay here and talk and say all these stuff, but that doesn't really matter as soon as you step on the pitch. It's all about what's on the pitch, and that's what we have to do.
Last couple, guys.
You spoke about the times when you've had success here. It's also been difficult times. I'm thinking about your injury, I'm thinking about big games that you haven't won. I'm just thinking, we sat in the dressing room on Sunday, how did that feel? How did it rank against the other lows you had? Was that the worst day in football you've had?
Probably one of the worst days. The disappointment was huge, and unfortunately, as a football player, even though you don't want to, you sometimes have to go through these type of scenarios. It comes into my mind also the game against Iceland with Romania in 2020, when we had to win at home and we drew and we just missed out on the playoffs for the World Cup. There are those type of nights where you just go home and you just can't sleep for a couple of days. You just try to reflect, think of what you did wrong, what you can do better. They're not nice, as I said, and only thing you can do is react. And I said it. Will that change? Would that mood change instantly? Probably not, but it definitely helps when you go out there and you win constantly. So that's the main focus, win constantly.
Last one is, it's last one, Ronnie, for Alison.
Yeah, do you feel as though there's just maybe been too many of these moments this season?
Well, we're in a situation where we're obviously not happy, so then, as I said, we can't hide behind curtains and say like, no, it's just the only one. No, it's been. And in the same time, there's been obviously a lot of changes in the summer, and a lot of young players coming in. What can I say? It's not a nice place to be, and you don't want these things to happen. Can this season be a learning season for everyone? You don't approach this way. You don't want this to happen. It happens. Only thing you can do is react and win on the pitch. Probably that's, at least from a football player point of view.